Sheriff Callie's Wild West. The Cat Who Tamed the West. Written by Holly Huckins. Illustrated by Marco Bucci. A long time ago, in the old Wild West, there was a cat named Callie. She was the bravest, bestest cowgirl who ever rode the range. On her horse, named Sparky, Callie could gallop so fast that sparks flew behind them like shooting stars. And with her magic noodle lasso, she could rope a twister and ride it like a bronco in a rodeo ring. One morning, Callie and Sparky took off on a fun ride. "Woo-wee," said Callie. "I've worked up a mighty big thirst." Sparky was thirsty too, so they headed off to find something to drink. They finally came to a town. Callie could see why it was called messy. The buildings were dusty and dirty, and tumbleweeds tumbled everywhere. But why do they call it mean, she wondered. As Callie walked down the street, she saw some townsfolk cleaning up. A woodpecker named Peck was sweeping with 2 brooms at once. "Hiya," he hollered. Toby the cactus was picking up paper with his spines. "I'm a prickly cowpoke," he said. "Howdy, partners. Know where I can get a nice cold glass of milk?" said Callie. The little cat scared everybody. Mr. Dillo curled up in a ball. Priscilla hid under her parasol, and Peck was so frightened he jumped into Toby's arms. "Ouchity, ouch!" yelled Peck. Toby's spines were sharp. "Folks sure scare easy in this town," said Callie with a chuckle. "Maybe you should change the name to Scared Silly Corners. Name's Callie, by the way, and this is my horse Sparky. Now about that milk." Peck and Toby said she'd find the best milk in the West at Ella's saloon. "Howdy, partner," said Callie as she entered the saloon. Ella let out a funny yelp and hid behind the counter. "Don't be afraid," said Callie. "There's nothing scary about me. I'd just like a nice cold glass of milk." Ella laughed, feeling a little embarrassed, and said, "Coming right up." Just then, a milk bandit barged into the saloon. "Paws up! This is a milk raid!" "Ah!" cried Ella, hiding behind the counter again. But Callie wasn't afraid. She whipped out her magic noodle lasso and bounced the milk bandit out of town before he could steal a drop. "And don't ever come back!" shouted Callie. Ella was so grateful, she gave Callie an extra big glass of milk. "We don't usually get friendly folks passing through, just the mean and messy ones," she said. "That's why the town is called Mean and Messy Corners." No sooner did Ella say this than 2 more bandits rode into town. "We're the Banjo Bandit Brothers," shouted the big one. "Give us all your banjos." The townsfolk got scared and ran away. Uncle Bun jumped inside a barrel. His friend Tio Tortuga hid inside his shell. The 3 prairie dogs tried to jump into their holes, but one wasn't fast enough, and the big Banjo Bandit brother stole his banjo. Callie had seen enough. She jumped on her horse and cried out, "Giddy up, Sparky! We've got a banjo to save." And faster than you can say, yee-haw, Callie gave those 2 bad brothers the boot and saved the banjo, too. Everybody cheered. Callie had saved the day again. "Why isn't your sheriff protecting this town?" Callie asked. "Everybody is afraid to take the sheriff job," Peck told her. "And these bad guys keep coming back." Suddenly, a stagecoach rode into town. The bandits were back. They ran into the bank shouting, "This is a sticky-up! Give us all your money! "Oh, no," said Callie. She raced into the bank to stop them, and when she did, a fourth bandit popped out of the stagecoach and stole Sparky. But Callie wasn't worried. She took her noodle lasso and spun it so fast the wind twirled into a twister. Callie rode that twister like it was a bucking bronco, chasing down that horse thief and saving Sparky. Thanks to some extra fancy twirling, she caught the rest of the bandits and put them all in jail. "Wee doggy," said Peck. "You did it! You rid our town of bad guys." "I was right happy to help," said Callie, "especially seeing as you don't have a sheriff and all." "Why don't you be our sheriff?" asked Toby. "Me?" said Callie. "Well, I'd love to." "You'll need a badge," said Peck. "A nice shiny one," Toby added. Sparky gave Callie a nudge and said, "Nay, I think I can handle that," Callie replied with a wink. So Callie took her magic lasso and spun it so fast and high that it plucked a star right out of the sky, and she pinned it on her vest. That's how Callie became the best sheriff in the whole Wild West, and that's how a little town got itself a brand new name. Nice and Friendly Corners. The end.